There are a number of ways that leaders and experts are attempting to address this problem. Investing in research and doctors, searching for a new drug or a cure, drafting legislation and lobbying for change. But there is another way that the problem is being addressed. The solution looks like this.
In Africa, about 50% of the population is young, quite young, and the majority of that population is actually female. And we've seen that over the last year in many countries in Africa, most new infections are amongst those young girls, the age from 14 to 24 years. And so for us as an organization that is dealing with HIV and AIDS, it was important that we play a part in ensuring that the new generation does not get infected with HIV and AIDS.
Globally, when you look at HIV infection, men versus women are disproportionately affected. Over 30 million people are living with the virus globally, and about 17 million of those are women. That's already a tilt. And in countries like Cameroon, Guinea, and Côte d'Ivoire, that's West Africa now, you'd see that girls were 5 times more likely to contract HIV than boys.
It's really important to have conversations that shift the narrative with young women and girls, because we've been quite effective in terms of our advocacy globally to start reducing new infections and messaging around condom use and treatment as prevention, except in this one demographic, young women and girls. And so we needed to come up with something creative that would help young girls negotiate safer sex, understand how important it was for them to stay in school. We needed to start having general conversations about healthcare and put HIV into a pantheon of discussions about sexual and reproductive health and rights.
Girls Act is a safe environment for any girl to be mentored, but to also grow internally, to build their esteem and confidence, for them to face the future as strong people within the society, not as timid girls who don't know where they're heading towards, but as girls who are assertive, irrespective of the environment and the challenges that they are going through.
My name is Phyllis Imbosa Evans. I am 12 years old. I live with my grandparents and my 3 brothers. My favorite memories is when I was young, my mother bought for me a nice bag because I was going to school carrying a paper bag. It was in color pink, and color pink is my favorite color. And it is my favorite memories because I was feeling happy and I was feeling like I am a princess carrying a princess bag. I feel really happy, like I am going to heaven. That was my favorite day.
Phyllis huyu alipoanza ugonjwa wake, mimi sikuelewa ni ugonjwa gani. Alikuwa mara kwa mara anaenda, nampeleka hospitali, lakini akawa hajisikii vizuri. Usiku na mchana wanakeusa madawa, wanakeusa masindano, lakini wanashindwa. Kila nikimwangalia, mimi nilikuwa naona basi huyu hatakuwa wangu tena. Huyu ataenda, ataniacha. Na nikawa nina uchungu, nasikitika sana. Lakini baadaye tulitolewa wakati ambapo madaktari walikoma. Ikabidi tutoke. Sasa kule kutoka nikawa nina uchungu. Nikasema sasa huyu mtoto nampeleka nyumbani. Sasa si ataenda kufa bila kujua atakufa ni ugonjwa gani ambaye namsumbua. Ndio nilimtoa kule, tukaja hapa nyumbani. Yule Dr. Zena alipomwona akasema hapana, wacha nimchukue huyu mtoto nimpeleke kliniki sokoni.
This girl, she came to the clinic when she was 5 years old, and completely she was in stage 4. The grandmother didn't know what is happening. Fortunately, I was there and we were able to test this girl, and she was HIV positive. The grandmother could not understand, and fears that time she has been chased away from school because she has this skin condition that she may infect other girls. So that is one of the cases I took it personally, as a clinician, and I said this girl has to live.
So when I had skin condition, I was scared to school and told to stay at home. But when I go safe space, I know my rights. I have a right to name, I have a right to live, I have a right to health, and I have a right to education. So I knew that I go to school and the teacher didn't refuse. If she refused, I was all ready to tell her that I have a right to education, but she didn't refuse me. Safe space and girls' arts has made me to feel comfortable and value myself. I have changed my attitude towards ARVs and my clinic appointment. After joining safe space, I have not been ill again.
Safe space has been a passion. It started in 2016 after AHF celebrated Girls' Child in 2015, where the theme was She is Her Ally.
The intention was, to have a safe space for these young girls, for them to be able to share as much information as possible where there are challenges, especially with regard to information, access to services, everything related to HIV. So in line with our campaign at that time, which was Keep the Promise, we decided to take on She's Her Ally to a higher level. So She's Her Ally turned into the Girls Act, the awareness campaign tour. So we started off in Uganda, and the intention was to give the baton to a different country where it would go on from one region to another and then pass on the baton to another country. That is why we dubbed it the Girls Awareness Campaign Tour. And we are growing, I should say.
Lem de piti, mwen la viv nan situation qui très terrible. Mwen pat leve avec maman, avec papa. Se quand mwen te leve, mwen tap mal viv. C'est ça fait mwen te tombe dans série de mauvais bagay qui fait mwen vin arriver à vivre avec virus sida ensemble. Parce que mwen pat gen yon moun qui tap rele après mwen pat gen yon moun tout qui te mette l'école qui t'a réglé un bagage sérieux pour moi.
Bon, pour moi-même, côté moi était à moitié non vie zone n'a pas ni les fini côté moi habité à tout pas ni face ma bâti na yo li pas bon parce que moi pas ma vivre non lié qui misérable en pile parce que quand là tout c'est un kay pour là les la puis tomber moi mouiller avec ti moun yo.
Girls Act is a new program that we just started in June 2017 last year. So it's still in the making, but we're doing so well with those young girls because they are from age of 15 to 24, and a lot of them, I guess, is from the slum. And I think especially those young girls, they are so intelligent, so beautiful, but because they are so poor, and I think they feel like, okay, we cannot do anything in our life. So with that, we have to try to empower them to be better in their life, not just themselves, but their friends and family. One of the changes I can see, some of them, the confidence is built, and they feel, they believe in themselves right now.
Self-esteem and confidence change a lot. Like, for example, we had one of our girls who went to a pageant. It's a pageant for a curvy woman. So at the beginning, she was a little bit shy. Even though she had kind of self-esteem, it was inside. Like, let's say she was like a flower. She hadn't bloomed yet. So everything was just like closed inside. And then we just worked with her. I spoke a lot with her, telling her, you can't. It's for curvy women. You're curvy, so you have everything it takes. You're beautiful inside and out. So why not give it a try? I said, and if you're not the miss, doesn't matter. At least you're gonna tell yourself, okay, I tried and I did it, and which she did. This is one of our best examples to say that, okay, someone that had like low self-esteem or who didn't thought she could do something like big, and she went and she did it.
Support que m'te joindre, c'était premièrement HF qui était un bras droit en quelque sorte parce que dans tout parcours yo m'te toujours joindre Wendy qui t'a aidé surtout dans présentation yo et HF était là donc dans dernier moment tout rap que m'te porté belle robe rouge là, c'était HF qui te fait mon cadeau. Donc tout montée descendre etc. c'était grâce avec HF.
Do you have a message for other curvy ladies?
Tap di yo, continuer aimer tête yo, considérer tête yo jan yo pas fait que grosseur tourne yon handicap ou bien yon défaut, pas quitter moun minimiser. Donc, remettre nous, viser pour plus devant et faire ça que nous aimons faire. C'est tout. Merci.
Something that maybe makes Southern Africa in particular unique is how HIV is driven by gender-based violence. And often the rapes that happen in South Africa, unfortunately, are very physically violent. There may be gang rapes. 1 in 6 rapes in South Africa is a gang rape. And we have over 50,000 rapes reported on an annual basis to police. And the police themselves say that only 1 in 25 rapes is reported to them. And part of what we do with Girls Act is we speak to young men about that, about positive masculinity and positive role modeling, rather than you have to express your masculinity and your manhood through violence and hyperaggression.
A los 7 años ya tuve un problema donde me sucedieron muchas cosas malas. El problema se trató de que cuando tenía 7 años vivía en mi casa. Allá celebran todos los años el festival del Toada, que dicen. En ese tiempo estaban celebrando eso. Y en esa época todos los vecinos, todos se fueron al centro de la ciudad donde estaban celebrando eso. Y simplemente habíamos quedado las 3 hermanas, mi hermana mayor y la menor. Y yo tenía 7, mi hermana mayor tenía 12 y la menor tenía 5 añitos recién. Y ahí estábamos las 3. Era eso de la 1, 3 de la madrugada, no me acuerdo bien. Llegó mi tío. No sé si estaba drogado o borracho, simplemente llegó. Me intentó abusar de mi hermana. Y si mi hermana no se dejó porque era mayor, ella salió. Y al ver eso, intentó abusar de mi hermana menor. Entonces yo viendo eso de ahí, no lo dejé, me metí. Le agarré a mi hermana menor y me salí corriendo. Y cuando le vi eso, simplemente alcancé a alcanzarle a mi hermana mayor, que le llevé a la pequeña. Entonces yo me quedé ahí mi tío me agarró y me metió al cuarto. Y ella abusó de mí sexualmente. Y esa época, por el miedo y el temor, no le dije nada a mis padres. Le pedí a mis hermanas que se callen también. Y les dije, y pasó eso. Y cuando nos enteramos que mi tío se puso mal porque tenía VIH, entonces decidimos hablar con mi mamá, con mis padres. Y me llevaron al doctor después de 1 año ya. Me llevaron y salí positiva con VIH. Tuve una adolescencia casi con mucha tristeza, cólera, rabia de todos. No me acercaba casi a nadie, era bien solitaria, quería estar sola, que nadie esté cerca de mí. Eso es lo que más me dolió. Y de allí me fui a vivir con mi hermana, porque cuando se enteraron que yo tenía VIH en mi familia, como que me discriminaban la mayoría. Hasta mi mamá llegó a discriminarme y eso me dolió bastante. Y mi hermana dijo, ella es mi hermana. No importa lo que ella tenga, es mi hermana y va a estar conmigo. Si ustedes no le quieren, yo lo puedo tener. Y me fui a vivir con mi hermana. Y luego me puse mal. Me enfermé horriblemente porque no seguía con mis tratamientos. Y tuve que venir a Iquitos a los 11 años ya. Vine para acá y encontré a personas maravillosas, personas que sí me enseñaron qué es el amor, personas que me acogieron como si fuera parte de su familia. Y hasta el día de hoy estoy acá. Aprendí muchas cosas con las personas que vivo. Tuve errores, pero sobresalí adelante de nuevo. Y sigo acá.
The Girls Act specifically, much as we call it the Girls Act, we need to ensure that we bring some young boys as well into this picture. And so when we give out sanitary pads, we also educate the boys about, supporting the young girls when they're going through their period. Don't laugh at them, don't stigmatize them, but also that they have a better understanding of what is happening.
People have often asked what is the link or the correlation between sanitary pads and HIV infection. And the answer is not far-fetched. Globally, we have millions of girls, over 6 million girls, who are out of school. And a lot of them are out of school because they do not have access to sanitary pads. And when girls stay out of school because they don't have access to sanitary pads, their vulnerability level goes higher than a girl who is in school. And that's because a girl who is in school has access to information that can help them make informed choices, give them better understanding of HIV transmission modes and how to protect themselves. But the girl who is out of school doesn't have that. So if we're able to at least get girls to have sanitary pads, we do know that we've taken out one of the drivers. And that way we can keep them in school. And the longer they stay in school, they can get information on their health and how to protect themselves, on their rights, and how to negotiate also for safer sex practices if they ever have to find themselves in that situation.
What gives me hope right now is the fact that young people now have the agency to move forward. Something that I wasn't clearly seeing in the past. You find young people being able to speak for themselves, act for themselves, and make demands for themselves. And I feel that if we continue on the same trend, I see light at the end of the tunnel right now.
I think the hope is in the young girls themselves, in being able to talk to young girls and empower them and encourage them to stay in school, and then watching those girls that you saw 2 or 3 years ago finishing their high school education and having dreams for themselves that go beyond just being a traditional mother and wife, but imagining themselves as professionals in the workplace. We know that there's a clear link between HIV and poverty. And if you encourage people to stay in school, they have access to better jobs, they can take care of themselves. And we're seeing that, and that's pretty cool.
I love tailoring as a passion.
I had a dream of starting my own business.
Da remè yon femme job, moi da remè changer quartier, et m'da remè pour m'a travail, pour m'venir yon femme job même ja toute femme.
Yo quiero ser secretaria o ser técnica o ser en ciencia.
In my lifetime, I would like to become a doctor so that to help the young adolescents who are HIV positive and to get rid of health issues.
I love science because I want to be a doctor and I want to help people who are living positive. If she is pregnant, not to transmit to her baby.
What gives me hope, one, is seeing their happy faces. And like I've told you, when I see the fathers cry and mothers cry and say that, yeah, if it wasn't for Girls Act, these girls would not be where they are. And when you see the girls happy and they tell you that, you've given me my sanitary supply for the whole year, I'm assured that I'm going to be in school. When you hear teachers saying that something has happened to this young girl, she's no longer the timid girl we knew, she's a focused girl who's concentrating in class. That gives us hope.
If I had 30 seconds to speak to the people that are able to make a change, government leaders, etc., I would say, please make education available across the board for all kids in Africa. Make sure that boys and girls have equal opportunity to get an education, that girls are encouraged to stay in school, that our literacy rates go up. Because for me, I think that's the key to everything else, to healthcare, to economic growth. Girls have to stay in school.
I'll just say, we are all equal and we should fight the spread of HIV, because if I'm positive, I say it stops with me.